My name is Akil Vora. I'm a senior advisor at the White House Initiative on AAPIs, where I work on the education and data portfolios. Higher education is the single most important investment that Americans can make in their futures, increasing the future potential earnings and lowering their risk of unemployment. Despite these benefits, the cost of attaining this education has skyrocketed over the past few decades, putting college out of reach for too many low and middle income families. Over the past 3 decades, the average tuition at a public four-year college has more than tripled, while a typical family's income has barely budged. As a result, more students than ever before are relying on student loans to pay for their college education. Today, 71% of students earning a bachelor's degree graduate with debt, which averages around $29,000. While most students are able to repay their loans, many feel burdened by debt, especially as they seek to start a family, buy a home, launch a business, or save for retirement. We also know that students struggle to find clear, reliable data on critical questions of college affordability and value, such as whether they are likely to graduate, find middle-class jobs, and pay off their loans. That's why in September of this year, President Obama announced new steps from the Department of Education to help students, parents, and their advisors make better college choices, including a new college scorecard at collegescorecarded.gov, redesigned with direct input from students, families, and their advisors to provide the clearest, most accessible, and most reliable national data on college cost, graduation, debt, and post-college earnings. This new college scorecard can empower Americans to rate colleges based on what matters most to them, to highlight colleges that are serving students of all backgrounds well, and to focus on making a quality, affordable education within reach. The old way of assessing college choices relied on static ratings, lists compiled by someone who was deciding what value to place on different factors. The new way of assessing college choices, with the help of technology and open data, makes it possible for anyone, a student, a school, a policymaker, or a researcher, to decide what factors to evaluate. Action item number 1. If you know of anyone who is making a decision about college, please have them visit collegescorecard.gov. Now let's talk about money. The U.S. Department of Education awards about $150 billion a year in grants, work-study funds, and low-interest loans to more than 15 million students. Federal student aid covers such expenses such as tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and transportation. Aid can also help pay for other related expenses such as a computer and dependent care. Thousands of schools across the country participate in the federal student aid programs. Ask the schools who you're interested in whether they do. Federal student aid includes grants, which is financial aid that doesn't have to be repaid unless, for example, you withdraw from school and owe a refund. Loans, borrowed money for college or a career school, and you have to repay your loans with interest. And work study, a work program through which you earn money to help you pay for school. For more information on answering the following questions, what types of aid can I get? Do I qualify for aid? How do I apply? How do I manage my loans? Action item number 2, visit studentaid.ed.gov/SA to answer these questions and share this information with your peers and visit the link below. For more information about scholarships, the administration's Pay-As-You-Earn plan expanded income-based repayment to enable students to take advantage of a new option to cap repayment of student loans at 10% of monthly income. These changes reduce the burden of student loans in a fiscally responsible way. Additionally, millions of borrowers are now eligible to consolidate direct loans and FFEL loans and save up to half a percentage point on their interest rate. Okay, let's back up a second. What is income-based repayment? Income-based repayment, or IBR, is a repayment plan that caps your required monthly payments on the major types of federal student loans at an amount intended to be affordable based on income and family size. All Stafford, Grad Plus, and consolidation loans made under either the direct loan or federal family education loan programs are eligible to be included in the program. Non-federal loans, loans currently in default, and Parent Plus loans are not eligible for the income-based repayment plan. The program lowers monthly payments for borrowers who have high loan debt and modest incomes, but it may increase the length of the loan repayment period, accruing more interest over the life of the loan. Who qualifies for IBR? IBR helps people whose federal student loan debt is high relative to income and family size. Currently, your loan servicer, the company you make your loan payments to, determines your eligibility. But starting in September 2012, students won't have to contact their loan servicer to apply. They will be able to apply directly through the Department of Education's website, thanks to a new directive from President Obama. You could use the U.S. Department of Education's IBR calculator to estimate whether you are likely to qualify for the plan. The calculator looks at your income, family size, and state of residence to calculate your IBR monthly payment amount. If that amount is lower than the monthly payment you're paying on your eligible loans under a 10-year standard repayment plan, then you're eligible to repay your loans under IBR. Action item number 3. Visit the department's IBR calculator to see if you qualify in reducing your monthly payments and putting more money in your pocket. Now let's switch gears to talk about a specific group of schools that are really making a difference. The President has made it a top priority to provide a complete and competitive education for all Americans and has set new goals for this country. By 2020, America will once again have the highest proportion of college graduates in the world. WIAPI works to ensure that every student in our country graduates from high school, prepared for college, and a successful career. These goals are central to rebuilding our economy and securing a brighter economic future for all Americans. Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander serving institutions, or AANAPISis, play a critical role in our system of higher education, in our communities, and in securing our nation's economic growth. These are colleges and universities that have, at a minimum, 10% undergraduate AAPI population and serve a high percentage of needy students. They are part of a larger group of schools called Minority Serving Institutions, or MSIs, and provide a gateway into underserved communities. And AANAPISis reach low-income AAPI students in ways that matter more: retention, graduation, language access, and mentoring. Action item number 4. To learn more about AANAPISis, encourage your colleagues to watch a cool video we posted to YouTube. Check out the link below. The major reason that many of these schools don't know that they can apply for this grant from the Department of Education and that becoming an AANAPISi opens up doors to hundreds of millions of dollars in the federal government. Action item number 5. Visit our Google map at the link below to see if your school or a school close by is eligible and encourage them to apply. Last issue, data disaggregation. The Asian American and Pacific Islander community is the fastest growing racial group in the country, growing over 4 times as rapidly as the total U.S. population. The API population will more than double to over 47 million by 2060. Despite this tremendous growth, APIs remain one of the most understudied racial groups in the country. It is critically important to collect, analyze, and disseminate data on APIs to address mass needs within API subgroups. Lack of data, including granular data on APIs, has given rise to the model minority myth, the notion that virtually all APIs are self-sufficient, well-educated, and upwardly mobile. Greater access to disaggregated data will promote better policies that reflect trends, contributions, realities, and diverse needs in the API community. Unfortunately, this may not be occurring for many API students across the country. Through our partnership with CARE, the National Commission on Asian American and Pacific Islander Research on Education, we have hosted numerous convenings to promote best practices in collecting and analyzing data on subgroups within the API community. Basically, we want information not just on Asians, but Indians, Chinese, Vietnamese, Hmong, and other groups to find out where disparities exist and how we can fix them. Action item number 6. Talk to other students on campus about this issue and ask your school if they are disaggregating API student data and how it's informing their policies and practices. Let them know that if you are not being counted, you don't count. Thank you.